Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to April 27th, our meeting here with Deputy Mayor Lazo and myself. Just wanted to hope everybody's doing well during these challenging times. We've had, this has been a long event. I mean, we're already entering our 7th week, I think,
right.
Deputy Mayor,
Yes.
right? And we've asked people to stay at home to the extent possible, to do their social distancing. What I've seen in town, just being around more so than normal, is just seeing a lot of people adhering to that. I know it's going to be a lot more difficult with respect to this weekend when it gets to be about 70 degrees and we
Yes.
have nicer weather.
Yes.
I think we both have some facial hair now.
Yes,
it
we
seems,
do.
So it's
Yes,
not
we
your
do.
TVs.
And a lot of people can't get their haircuts. I don't worry about that, Mr.
We're
Mayor.
getting a
but-
little lazy, I know, but that's okay. Just real quickly, and then what Mr. Lazo and I really wanted to do was focus on some positive news. We've been looking for that and trying to see as much as we can, and there's a lot to report on that has been happening, as well as seeing now a little bit of a flattening of this curve, if you will, which is a positive sign. I mean, we know that in New Jersey itself it is flattening. Warren, yeah, we think the same too, but we still need to take care of business here and be conservative in our nature. And that brings me to our dashboard. Keep in mind, folks, this dashboard that we put out daily, while it shows the number that are getting sick and unfortunately those that have passed, that data is not very reliable. It's only as reliable as the state gives us. It doesn't reference the fact that people are getting better.
Yes.
And that number then would reduce accordingly. So it's important that use that as a dashboard. Use that as kind of a something that's going on here. And to the extent possible, we will report as much as we can. But it's really important to keep that perspective with what's going on. At this point, Mr. Lazo, I'm going to let you chat a little bit, and we'll get into some positive things.
Yes, Mayor, again, hello, everybody, and thank you all for listening to our stringent requests and to isolate and to be careful and be safe. We appreciate that. Again, every video that we do, we try to focus more on the positive. You've heard all of the press conferences with our governor, with the president, with Governor Cuomo. It's a lot of negative. It's a lot of doom and gloom. It's not the most positive news. So on that note, the mayor and I would just like to introduce some of what's happening in town, and some of it's been very neat. Again, Warren Restaurants served roughly 2,000 meals already to healthcare personnel on the front line, made possible by a $24,000, Mayor, raised from the Warren Cares, a nonprofit organization developed by Warren residents. So again, 24 grand.
Yeah, quite impressive.
Using our restaurants to pay for those frontline workers in hospitals. I mean, what an effort.
Right.
Warren Recreation put a list of activities together and resources for families during the COVID-19. Many may see it's actually got the most hits on our website in recent memory, which was a concert that they did at Brightview this past weekend for those folks that are in that facility. Obviously, they are very vulnerable right now, and we know that. We know that many of our cases are coming from those facilities. They can't get out. Their families can't come in and see them. And Joe Pissarro, our recreation director, arranged a concert with a local musician, Bob Marino.
Mm-hmm.
They did a great job. They plan on scheduling more. They want to do a Mother's Day event there. They've also contacted Chelsea and the other assisted living facilities in town, and hoping that they can get on the schedule with them.
So spreading the goodwill around
Yes.
Warren, which is terrific.
Yes. Also, Mr. Pissarro and our recreation department, including virtual trips and tours through museums, through parks. So if you're home and you want to participate in one of those, you can. Also encouraging our residents to send in pictures of your sidewalk chalk. And we're going to accept those pictures, Mayor, through about May 15. And that's, again, in an effort to brighten up our Facebook page.
Right.
All that stuff is fun. Township also had a very neat program with Lawson Foods that you may have read about, in conjunction with the Bernards Township Regional Chamber of Commerce. It was a chicken fundraiser. And Lawson Food came over with a refrigerated truck, and they put together 10-pound bags of chicken strips and breasts, and they sold them for $10 as a fundraiser. Very inexpensive, very difficult to get chicken in the supermarkets. and we had roughly 400 cars. So a wonderful, wonderful
Very
turnout.
orderly.
Yes.
Minimal contact. It was quite impressive.
Yep.
Just visiting that, I didn't think that it would go over as well, but I know Mr. Sardillo was in his glory.
Yes, he was.
And he ran a great event, and
And
Gary
the
did
chicken was
part
good.
of that too. It's very good.
Yeah. Yep.
So let's see if maybe we have something coming in May for something like that. That would be nice.
Yep, yep. Alice Recovery Fund officially launched and has available financial help for county residents that have lost their jobs, businesses, or at a loss of income due to COVID-19. Please see our website and COVID-19 page for those applications and guidelines. In addition to that, again, I mentioned this on the previous press video, Robert Wood Johnson and Somerset Medical Center and our police chief, William Keene, have scheduled the blood drive for May 20th. I've got a lot of people interested in that, a lot of texts and emails sent to me
Yeah, that's great.
in regards to that blood drive. Again, May 20. It's going to be held here in our Warren Township Police Training Room. And again, our sincere thanks for a really, really cool effort. We're going to be doing it every Thursday. Mayor, thank you for joining me.
Well, I may have joined you, but you ran it.
Well, but
And it was your impetus to get that going, and I think that was wonderful, because sometimes we do these things and we don't know how the community's going to respond. And I have to say, Mr. Lazo, and the woman's name, I think,
yeah,
at the time was somebody that reached out
Deb.
to us through OEM.
yeah, one of our residents that was referred to us by Jane Ash, our
Right,
OEM director.
and everybody jumped onto that with your leadership. It was terrific. It was well received, and we're going to do this, I think, every Thursday now,
Yes.
6:45.
Yes, we'll meet at 6:45. It's a neat event. It's recognizing, again, all the frontline workers, from nursing and healthcare to our pharmacies, to our supermarkets, through postal workers, fire, police, Office of Emergency. And it was neat because we got all of the fire trucks and the police cars and the ambulances, and we did our little
We'll ask
parade.
Chief if people can just park even at the Kings Plaza
Yeah,
area.
yeah.
If they stay in their cars, maybe they can at least see this, which would be great. There were some residents there, they really loved it. It was
They
a great
did.
idea, and I think it's something we need to keep pushing because it's so positive.
Yeah, it was that. It was neat, Mayor, and I take my hat off to you as well, because it was also in conjunction with some wonderful banners that you worked with our DPW Director, Doug Burrow. Very patriotic, really cool banners up in town now, and they look great.
Right. Kind of brings us all together,
Yes.
I think, which is wonderful.
Yeah, so that's all I have to report
Good.
out at this time, Mayor.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. I think it's also worth noting that our township residents, as well, I've said before, each are bringing their own experiences, volunteering, their volunteer spirit. Their resilience during this crisis is quite impressive. Sewing masks, bringing food to frontline people, or people that are servicing us, our nurses and doctors that are taking care of everyone. Residents just purchasing food from our restaurants is quite impressive. So we basically are here to tell you, and everybody sees us, mayor, deputy mayor, but it's really important to know that it's not just George and I, it's the township committee. Committeewoman Mazarars, Victor Sardillo, and Gary DiNardo. We all work together as a team, and while we may be the face this year, unfortunately, I'm the face of this pandemic as mayor, which I never asked for. But I hope that we're doing all that we can in your eyes, and I think that's the most important thing. One thing I've realized about Warren is how positive and how strong our volunteers are and their residents are. Always have known that, and during times of crisis, I mean, like I said before at our meeting, it's really kind of a wartime effort. Everybody comes out to support. In one way or another, people are here to support each other, and that's really the biggest thing that we have going for us. And we'll get through this. There's no panic here.
No,
We're going to get through this as a township. It will get better. It will be brighter. I mean, Mr. Lazo and I are even kicking around perhaps a community celebration day that would perhaps be somewhere mid-September, early October. Maybe we could do a celebration barbecue day, have all the residents down. We'll have some bands or local, restaurants can join in, our businesses, something for the kids, but more importantly, getting together to celebrate things that perhaps we're going to be missing.
Much like our winter festival that we have, that is a
Yeah.
huge success, only for township residents.
Fireworks.
And fireworks and an event to, hopefully we're back to the new
Hopefully,
normal.
Right.
And
Or
we
at
could
least get close
celebrate
to it,
that.
right?
Well, it's just, you make a good point, Mayor. It was wonderful to see the how many phone calls and emails and texts that we've got that folks are reaching out to us and asking if they can help. The houses of worship, the churches that reach out and say, what do you need from us?
Very important.
So,
Quick note too, apparently we're going to have the Blue Angels do a flyover. It's the Blue Angels and Thunderbird flyover in honor of essential workers tomorrow starting at noon in the New York City area, Newark area, Trenton, and Philly. So hopefully, you know, pay attention around 12 o'clock. Maybe we see these beautiful jets that our taxpayer paid for.
it's supposed to be a beautiful day, too.
Beautiful day, and we see these things give us a little zip of positive injection, which is good. The other thing I would implore is, you know, folks, just keep staying after one another, keep supporting one another. Remember one thing, you may be having a bad day, but somebody else that you're encountering may have a worse day. So be kind, be nice to each other, support each other to the best of your abilities, and we'll keep doing what we can to help support our residents. In the meantime, stay healthy, stay well, and we'll talk to you soon. Thank you.
Healthy and safe, everybody. Thank you.